Guys, welcome back on the channel. Fabrizio Romano here, as always, to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, many stories, what a day, what a Monday, many things to mention, and so let's jump into it together. And so guys, we are ready. What a day, what a couple of hours with all the updates. I remind you to really turn on the notification bell because guys, these 20 days to the end of the transfer window are going to be really crazy. And so guys, remember some of the stories of the day. Jack Grealish completed his medical at Everton. Done deal, loan with buy option, not mandatory, £50 million. Savinho and Tottenham talks ongoing. First bid rejected around 50 million euros. Man City want way more to sit at the table and get the deal done, but Savinho is a target for Tottenham in this summer transfer window. And then guys, I want to restart from one of the bombs of the recent hours, expected if you're following the channel, because I told you about Donnarumma. Keep an eye on Donnarumma, let's follow the situation of Donnarumma. So if you are here, if you subscribe to the channel, if you follow all my platforms, you know that this Donnarumma story was around, and today the Donnarumma bomb drops. Yes, because Gianluigi Donnarumma, one of the best, if not the best goalkeeper in the world, is out of the squad at Paris Saint-Germain and expected to leave the club this transfer window. So, what's the situation? Donnarumma has 1 year left on his contract at Paris Saint-Germain, June 2026. No agreement to extend the contract. Despite they had many rounds of negotiations, Donnarumma believes that he did his very best to try to reach an agreement with Paris Saint-Germain. PSG believe that they tried their very best to reach an agreement with Donnarumma, but then no agreement. And so, the decision of Paris Saint-Germain is very strong. It's not just sign a new goalkeeper, because they did that. They signed Lucas Chevalier, trusting Lucas Chevalier as new goalkeeper, as first goalkeeper, and they already told Donnarumma weeks ago Chevalier is going to be the first goalkeeper, but after that, Luis Enrique decides that Donnarumma is not part of the squad anymore. So not staying on the bench. It's not like, okay, you can have the opportunity to fight with Chevalier. Chevalier is the first goalkeeper, but let's see what happens. No, not even called up for the Super Cup. A trophy that obviously you play after winning the Champions League, and that Champions League was also thanks to the fantastic season of Gianluigi Donnarumma. Well, for Paris Saint-Germain, it doesn't matter. It's over. No contract extension, out of the squad. And so it's over between Donnarumma and Paris Saint-Germain. The player is really upset. Paris Saint-Germain believe they are in their right to do this. And so what happens now? First of all, I expect a public reaction from the player. So let's follow the next steps of this story. And then I expect Donnarumma to leave. Either this summer or summer 2026. In 2026 would be as free agent. But that scenario was most likely in case Donnarumma was going to be the second goalkeeper at PSG, so something like compete for your spot and see what happens. Now with Donnarumma out of the squad, I think there is a concrete chance to see Donnarumma leaving now, immediately, Paris Saint-Germain. So, let's see where he can go. We had rumors about Bayern in the recent weeks. I can tell you that Bayern are not in conversations for Donnarumma at this stage. So at the moment the situation has gone completely quiet with Bayern after the appreciation they always had in Donnarumma, but never a negotiation. And now I can tell you that Premier League, according to my information, looks like the most likely destination for Gianluigi Donnarumma. So a strong chance to see Donnarumma moving to Premier League. Let's see what's going to happen, because there are several opportunities for him. Let's see what happens with several clubs. At the moment, Chelsea insists on their position that they are not looking for a goalkeeper, but Donnarumma will be an opportunity now. Manchester United are looking for a goalkeeper, but first point, they have to find a solution for one of their goalkeepers, could be Bajindir. And second point, they have to decide how much they want to invest on the goalkeeper. Because there is a Lammens, who is a young goalkeeper with a completely different cost and salary. Donnarumma on the market, a big opportunity, but with different cost. And then Manchester City, yes, they signed Trafford, but Donnarumma has always been one of the favorite players internally at Manchester City. So, let's see what happens there, because Pep has always been a fan of Gigi Donnarumma. So, let's follow the situation of Donnarumma in the next days, because I think this story is quite open. But Premier League is the most likely destination for Gigi. So, let's see, the big Donnarumma bomb is here. The other bomb of the day was an exclusive update from lunchtime, Rodrygo and Manchester City. Guys, I want to confirm once again to you that Manchester City have a serious interest in Rodrygo. What I can tell you is that Manchester City started some contacts to understand the situation of the player, to understand how is the feeling of Rodrygo, how is the feeling of his family, his agents, and also to understand Real Madrid. Real Madrid are open to letting Rodrygo go this summer, but they want an important transfer fee, something around 100 million euros. Eventually, Man City hope they can maybe negotiate that price for Rodrygo. Let's see what happens there. But obviously, in order for Man City to say, okay, let's go for Rodrygo, let's try, it's going to be really important to understand what happens with the outgoings, because Jack Grealish goes to Everton, but for Savinho Tottenham talks ongoing. Let's see if the deal happens. McKennie is going to Nottingham Forest, exclusive story from today also. 22 million pounds, there will be some add-ons to bring the package under 30 million pounds as final fee. So Man City work on the outgoings, but meanwhile they started these contacts for Rodrygo. The deal is concrete, the deal is realistic, the deal is there, so it's a possibility. Now will depend on the cost, on the outgoings, on Rodrygo, what he wants to do, on Real Madrid, how much they will ask to let the player go. So let's follow the situation. But the Rodrygo story is concrete. It's not just a name we throw there. It's one of the concrete options in the list of Manchester City. And then, guys, one more name we have to mention again today is Carlos Baleba. Because for Carlos Baleba, I don't expect any development today, so the situation was quiet today. But over the weekend, Manchester United maintain contacts with the agents of the player, so Manchester United remain in direct contact. From tomorrow, so from Tuesday, I expect Tuesday, Wednesday, Manchester United to try understand how is the situation with Brighton. If they have a chance to negotiate, or if it's going to be really impossible to break that wall that Brighton always build around their top players when it's time to sell them. So let's see what's going to happen there, because let me repeat to you, Baleba is not closing doors to Man United. Personal terms will not be an issue. That's my understanding, and I maintain that. Then, on club side, work still needed, but these contacts for Baleba between Manchester United and Brighton are expected to continue, not today, Monday, today is not the day, but from the next days, already this week, more contacts will take place to understand more on the Carlos Baleba story. So let's follow this one, let's see what happens, but for sure Manchester United keep working on a midfielder, because Ruben Amorim, during the internal meetings they're having at Manchester United, has been quite clear with the people at the club. Super happy with the transfer window, Mbeumo, Cunha, Baleba, also the addition of Diego Leon as a left wing back, but obviously, Cunha, Mbeumo, Šeško, I already included Baleba, but is Cunha, Mbeumo, Šeško, and Baleba is the top target now. So what Ruben Amorim said, super happy with the market so far, but internally he feels if Man United can bring in a midfielder and maybe a goalkeeper, that will be a fantastic window. It will depend on the opportunities. Let's see what happens with Baleba, but from tomorrow, more contacts and we will follow the situation. And so, guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories. Where do you expect Donnarumma to go? What do you expect from the Rodrygo story? Real Madrid staying, Man City go, and then Baleba and all the rest, guys. Let me know your opinion here in comments. Remember to like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio.